Today's a big day, folks. You're getting to meet UNBC's newest celebrity, Dutni the marmot. We're going to explain a little bit of the backstory here with Jamie. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Yeah, so tell me a little bit about who you are and what your ties are to the marmot here.
Well, I'm a professor here at UNBC. I study wildlife biology, and we have a yellow-bellied marmot on campus.
Okay, tell me why this is unique. A yellow belly is not supposed to be here.
Right, so they're typically found in the US and up only as far about Williams Lake. So you can see here on this map, we've actually got showing this red blob is where they typically are found. And the red dot is here is us at Prince George. So that you can see we're way outside, 200 kilometers north of their normal range.
How significant is that? Is that far in terms of where an animal isn't supposed to be?
Yes, absolutely. These animals don't disperse that far on their own. So this guy probably got here through other means.
Okay.
But it also shows maybe an interesting but concerning trend of animals moving north with climate change.
Yeah, I guess so. A little bit warmer. He doesn't have to worry about the frost for quite as long.
Yeah, so obviously cold winters, and these guys hibernate, so they sleep 7 months of the year.
Oh, wow.
So when they come up now in the spring, they fatten up. They can put on 2 or 3 times their body mass.
Wow.
And then they go down into sleep for September, and then they'll basically survive on that the whole winter and then come back up and start all over again. So that short life, or that short activity span allows them to live up to 15 years.
15 years, wow. Do you have any indication of how old our guy is?
We don't know. It's an adult based on coloration, but we don't know exactly how old.
Okay, and do you know male or female? Do we know?
We can't tell that without catching them and turning them over.
Okay, so you got to, okay. So how do you, as a researcher now, what are you doing to study this guy?
Well, we're obviously trying to get attention for this, so it's a great ambassador to have this right on campus. As a wildlife school, we got wildlife right here. So we're obviously putting up signs like this, trying to get people to come and see the marmot, learn more about them. We're putting up a camera so we can actually start to get some video on campus of them too. But ultimately, we want to just try to observe them and see, how does this marmot survive here? What time does it go to bed in the fall? What time does it get up in the spring? And quite honestly, it's shocking that it can live up at this latitude since this is not their normal range.
Yeah, no kidding. So you're saying, yeah, probably got here by other means. We're thinking either maybe train, truck, the common migration for, is it a rodent family? No.
Yeah, so they're rodents.
Okay.
They're in the squirrel family. So there's ground squirrels and marmots in one group, and then there's tree squirrels in the other group.
Okay.
And these guys are part of the ground squirrels. But yeah, they're known to hitchhike, so they commonly get on trains and buses.
Don't they know it's illegal?
Yeah, so even without thumbs, they seem to be able to figure it out pretty well. But these guys are known to move around quite a bit, but this is, yeah, again, moving so far north is quite the exception for them.
Huh, okay, so now people think, oh, I've seen one of these around the community before. You probably haven't. A close, I guess, comparable, we were saying, is a groundhog. But it's a little bit different than a marmot. Tell me how.
Yeah, so groundhogs are also known as woodchucks, the same thing. They look similar in size, similar in color, except the yellow belly has a very bright yellow throat and chest patch, and a little bit of yellow over the nose, where a woodchuck or a groundhog typically has just sort of a dull face and a very sort of drab gray or brown throat and chest.
What do these guys eat?
So they're herbivores.
Okay.
So they eat flowers, grasses. They will eat other things opportunistically, but for the most part, just the dandelions and yeah, tall grasses. And
good. It's not gonna eat meat.
No, they don't eat meat generally. So
good.
You're good.
I'm safe for now.
Marmots are known to just like kind of form like water over rock, and they just sun themselves. They'll get up in the morning, eat, and then they just sort of lay there and digest.
So, and have you told the guys doing landscaping, stay away from here?
Yeah, so that orange tape is sort of put up just to keep people back a little bit, to give the marmot space and respect, and just, we can observe and enjoy his presence, but not to harass them too much and not get close. We don't want anybody running right up and trying to stick their phone in the hole.
Yeah, don't pet it. It's not like Bam.
They will bite.
Yeah, okay, well there you go.
They got pretty big teeth.
So for people, you know, that want to think, oh, maybe I could go have my coffee, have a walk around the University of Northern British Columbia and see if I can see the marmot. What's the best time of day?
Typically morning.
Okay, I should have woken up earlier.
Yeah, so they're typically sort of dawn and dusk animals. We call that crepuscular, so they have a siesta in the afternoon when it gets too hot. They get up when it's cool, they feed when it's sort of less active and quieter, and then they kind of go down and have a nap, and then they come back up again, sort of late afternoon, early evening when it gets cool again. So they sort of have these two patterns, and then the best way to see them is sort of, 7, 8 in the morning, really, if you want to. As it gets hotter, it's going to become earlier and earlier.
Right, of course.
We discovered it this spring in a sense, but since we've been talking about it, we actually realized that it was here last fall.
Oh, okay.
So we know it's made it through at least one winter.
Pretty
which
good.
is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
And now that it's here, it's likely going to stay. Yeah.
There you go. He bought his real estate. He's in for the long haul.
Yeah, yeah. It's good spot to be. Lots of grass, lots of flowers.
Yeah.
Not a lot of predators here.
Yeah.
The humans keep the bears and the
Of
other
course.
animals away. So it's a bit of a marmot paradise.
Oh,
him and a couple.
Zach's on.
Oh, he's out.
Oh,
Look at
yeah.
that. Sweet. So notice there's no dandelions,
No.
right? Like sort of the halfway across that top hill.
Think he ate them all?
And then yeah, exactly. And then as you further you go to the right, then there's dandelions again, right? So
Oh, he's been snacking.
been munching. Sort of typically you can almost see a gradient, right? Like
Yeah.
basically the further out they go, the more dandelions there are because it's more risky. So they're gonna spend less time further from the hole.
Yeah.
But the food that's right in front of the hole is the safest food. So they get
Of
to eat
course.
first.
Yeah. What would his predator be? Birds?
Yeah, birds of prey.
Yeah.
Could be bears. Well, around here, less so, but just
Yeah.
generally it could be badgers,
Okay. Yeah.
wolverines, grizzly bears. But their goal in life is to like just breed, and they can only breed in the spring because winter's coming.
Right.
So the goal here is like wake up, breed,
Yeah.
fatten up, and go back to bed as quick as possible, and reduce your risks in life.
Yeah. Your exertion. Yeah.
And then that way you maybe be able to get more years, more springs. The more springs you have, the more breeding opportunities you have, the more offspring you can produce over your
Interesting.
lifetime.
Yeah.
Right? So it's sort of like a different strategy. The males typically wake up in the spring first, and oh, he's out again. Nice. And then they'll wake up sort of April-ish, and then the females will be another week or two behind. But the males are kind of up and ready, so when the females wake up, like
Right.
they don't miss the opportunity.
How many at once usually? Is it
Three
a
or
litter?
four.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then another 3 weeks of lactation,
Okay.
and then the females weans the pups off, and
Yeah.
they switch to food. But that whole time that the female's gestating and lactating, the male does nothing, right? So he's already fattening up. So he's got a huge advantage over the female in
Yeah.
terms of putting on the weight for the fall.
Right.
So she's got to basically, and often like they wake up and there's still snow.
Yeah. She's like a single mother.
Yeah. But what's amazing is they go through the 7 months not eating at all in
Mhm.
winter. They wake up, and if there's still snow on the ground, there's nothing to eat. So then they'll get pregnant
Yeah.
and form offspring still using the fat from last year.
Wow.
No food, right? Until the snow melts.
And that's crazy.
So that's a great view there.
Yeah.
Just sunning, digesting.
What a
it's
life.
Good. Yep.
I guess you'd be able to tell if he was in distress, kind of.
Oh yeah. No, it's okay. Heads up. That's just alert, right?
Yep.
And then yeah, sort of risk of again, they go up on their back legs,
Yeah.
and then if you really spook them, they'll whistle.
Okay, they do whistle.
They whistle, and that's their way of warning the other marmots around them. So this guy may not, because he may realize
Right.
there's no one to whistle to, but
Yeah.
typically because they're in a big colony, big group,
Yeah.
that they will warn others of danger. So
Yeah.
if one sees a threat, stands up on its back legs to look at it, and then whistles, all of a sudden all of them will stand up on their back legs. And then you'll realize that there's actually more of them than you thought there were, because they were down, seeing in
Yeah.
the grass, and all of a sudden, boom, all these heads pop up, and they all turn and look, and then that may be enough. Or if it progresses to the second degree, then they'll all turn and run back into the hole. But
Wow. Oh. Is that close to back legs?
oh, that's nice. There it is. That's back legs. Oh, it's funny that you're doing it facing the wall. Normally it'd be up facing us. But
Yeah. He just wanted to show us how tall he is.
really weird. What's the point of that? There we go. There we go. Turn around.
Oh, there he goes. Huh, cool. Well, thanks for this.
Yeah,
Great.
no problem. Well, that was a good stand up at the end there.
Yeah, a final bow.
Yeah.
That's what he did for us.
Yeah, could be.
Campus Connections is brought to you by the University of Northern British Columbia, where the North inspires new ways of thinking.